Imam Hussain alayhi salam is a reminder in our lives for people who are coming and maybe heard or not heard, that these are big awliyaullah. They are the descendants of Sayyidina Muhammad, that when you put everything into its place, we begin to understand the greatness of the sacrifice that all the companions made, all Ahlul Bayt made, but specific to Imam Hussain alayhi salam is a big wali, big awliyaullah, Sayyidish Shuhada. Means nobody can reach to be shuhood with an open heart without Imam Ali alayhi salam signing their certificate. Sayyidish Shuhada, the master of those who see. You can become shuhood in dunya by sacrifice, or be shuhood by all the bad characteristics that leave, and Allah make you to be from Ahlul Baseerah. You see what people don't see, you hear what people don't hear, you feel and taste what people don't feel and taste. These are all the gifts of Allah. So when a big awliyaullah like that receives a Amr Jabbar, Allah's Amr from Sifat al-Jabbar means impossible to carry, and he is Ayat al-Sabr alayhi salatu salam. That is for us to understand that when Allah gave me an Amr from His Jabarut, there was no way for me to say no to what Allah wants. No companion, no wife, no children could understand. Sifat al-Jabbar, when Allah says it's going to be like this, that maqam of Sayyidina Hussain samina wa atana. I'm going to listen to what Allah has ordered for me, and I'm going to be the sign of Sifat al-Sabr. That He's a sign for us in our life of having sabr with what Allah has destined for you. And He gives even all the conditions of warfare beyond imagination. So whoever thinks they are copying Him alayhi salam, whoever thinks they are following Him alayhi salam, do they have these attributes? Where Allah He saw for sure His death, He saw for sure His annihilation, and He agreed to step into that fire alayhi salatu salam, and He took His women and children with Him, which was unseen, unheard of. The companion said, leave the family behind. No, I'm going to go in with my family. It's written by Allah that I must do that. Means this, there are a lot of screaming and crying and emotional events, but for us only Allah wants, my Shaykh wants a reminder for myself, is go into the specifics of the character. That to see amazing oppression going to be put onto you. So anytime anyone wants to fight, anyone wants to exhibit a bad characteristic, that remember their lives. That I didn't see what Allah sent me and I planned to attack them from behind. Allah showed me the field in which the people who I came to, they called to me and they denied me and they shut their door to me and they didn't support me. I saw that and I didn't curse them. So it means there was no cursing, there was no la'nah. I saw the enemies that were going to mount their attack against me, and I didn't plan and ask from the Sahaba Kiram that mount an army and let's destroy them before they destroy me. Means he exhibits khuluqul azim. He exhibits the characteristics of Sayyidina Muhammad, and how to know Sayyidina Muhammad is great is that Sayyidina Muhammad saw all of that, and he never cursed his companions. He never cursed anyone that, oh, you're just going to destroy my family, you're just going to kill my grandchildren. Never Sayyidina Muhammad said anything. Knowing destruction, knowing someone going to hurt you, nobody has that characteristic. If you think somebody stole $5 from you, you're going to make a curse upon them. This is the character of Sayyidina Muhammad and his beloved grandchildren. I saw my death and I walked into it. Whatever Allah wants, I'm submitting. I'm going to be the sign of sabr and patience in life, and I'm going to be the sign of the best of characteristics. That I didn't mount an attack, I didn't sneak up on somebody, and I didn't kill them in secret. That whatever Allah wants, if Allah wants me to be slaughtered, I'm going to be slaughtered. If Allah wants my children in that boat, and my wife in that boat, and my aunts and my relatives in that boat, taslim and submission, showing the good characteristics. And awliyaullah come into our lives and says, then remember that characteristic. Every time you get angry and you show your anger, you're a Yazid. Worse than a Yazid, you are a shaitan. The Imam Hussain alayhi salam reminding for pious people, it's okay that you cry for me, but I got my paradise. I'm from the owners of paradise, owners of Holy Qur'an. I'm Sayyidish Shuhada, but I'm crying for you. I'm crying for you that you are under the oppression of your Yazid. You are under the oppression of your own shaitan within you. And you should be fighting that shaitan. That is, you saw my battle and you saw how much I was willing to sacrifice for Allah, for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, for Sunnat of Muhammad. I sacrificed and put everything on the table. Then why do you let your bad characteristic be within you? The shaitan within you is coming against Sayyidina Muhammad. The shaitan within me is coming against the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad. The shaitan within me comes against everything and every ihtiram of Sayyidina Muhammad. Every time somebody says that, why you have to stand up in your durood al-sharif at the end? A simple standing, shaitan is blocking. And then look at the life of Imam Hussain, how they sacrificed, how they fought. There was no way anyone was going to come between them and the love of Prophet. And for us, maybe I won't have my beard because maybe it's not popular. Maybe I won't wear my hat, it's maybe not popular. People may bug me on the train. Maybe I won't keep my ring, and maybe I won't keep my staff. Maybe I won't wear my turban. Maybe I will drop the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad. And little by little shaitan blocks and attacks and blocks and attacks. And on these holy nights they remind us, no need you hit yourself like that for me. But if you're going to hit yourself for the shaitan within you that blocks the love of Sayyidina Muhammad in your lives, that blocks the reality of Prophet in our lives, and a reminder for us to struggle and to fight against bad characteristic. So if they make you a little bit angry and you show your anger, your shaitan is all over you. We can't even sacrifice bad characteristic, more or less sacrifice our body, ourself. You're lying to yourself. They're showing us, they fought and they fought themselves and their bad characteristics until they sacrificed even their entire body. If we squeeze you a little bit too much, you become angry and leave. Means the shaitan inside the person is much stronger than the love of Rahman and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. And Prophet described that the faith not complete until you love me more than you love yourself. Allah. Means for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad we do everything. These gatherings, these associations, all of this is to show Prophet our love and our muhabbah. And we bring our children to remember the greatness of the character of Prophet. Ashab al-Nabi all died. In Zul Hajj with Sayyidina Uthman, beginning of Muharram, Sayyidina Umar. Means all died for the love of Prophet, for upholding their religion, not hurting anyone. Look into their lives, not hurting anyone. but they accepted, they taslimed and submitted, and they exhibited by their good characteristics that till today you describe their lives. That he didn't slaughter anyone. He merely asked that, let me to pass, let me to go home, I don't want any fitna. And they said, no, we want to slaughter you here in the middle of the desert. Astaghfirullah. And he exhibits and reminds for us the best of character. There's no need to curse anyone. There's no need to do magic on anyone. There's no need to do anything against anyone other than fighting yourself. Fight your bad desires. I'm fighting my bad desires. Come against my bad characteristics. Don't let the shaitan within me to become strong and block me from the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. We pray on these holy nights that Allah this Ashura, and every Ashura is Ashanura, is the opening of light and tawbah. Every nation was granted a tawbah in Muharram. The Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was forgiven on Ashura when he came to dunya. Sayyidina Nuh ship landed on Ashura and was forgiven. Sayyidina Ibrahim, قُلْ يَا النَّهْرُ كُونِي بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا, was safe from the oppression and the fire of Nimrod on Ashura. And Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, the oceans parted. Means he ran from Pharaoh and Allah granted a najat to Ummat Musa alayhi salam on Ashura. And Nabi al-Kareem, Habib al-Azim, Muharram is our hijrah, is the opening of the calendar, the opening of the cities of light in which Prophet ﷺ was granted Madinatul Munawwara. The city of lights means he's been granted the lights of paradise. That the owner of the lights of paradise, Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ, and all the companions and Ashab al-Nabi ﷺ come into our lives and remind us now that we've been granted the city of lights. Our life is to sacrifice ourselves and our bad characteristics so that we can sit at that table with them. Because this is the table of good akhlaq, not just amal.
Subhanallah.
It's good character, good akhlaq, and Prophet ﷺ give you a seat that sit at this table with me. You're not going to compete in amal with them. You're not going to have any reward like their reward, but only by good characteristics will be invited to that table of Prophet ﷺ to sit with such a holy companionship of noble and holy souls. We pray that in this Muharram Allah grant us from these lights, grant us from the reality of Ashura, that grant all our children and our young ones to be dressed and to be blessed and to constantly fight the desire of shaitan and choose Rahman. بحرمة محمد المصطفى وبسيرة سورة الفاتحة.